Hi guys, I'm testing something. Here, let's see. No, he didn't refresh. Here, maybe I need to refresh him. Let me go here. Let me go back here. Okay, so Puppy in the corner is supposed to have turned into a kitty. But for some reason, Puppy has not turned into the kitty. So, hold on. And apparently there's this new thing called Trovo. It's a new streaming platform. That's interesting. I should take a look at that and see what that's like. Anyway, why is it still Puppy and not a kitty? Okay, well, it's like it's a puppy, but I want it to turn to kitty. Here, maybe I need to refresh properties. Let's try this again. Refresh browser when scene becomes active. Okay, so let's try this. It's gone. Guys, it's gone. Alright, let's try this. Oh, and now it's a kitty. Guys, see? It's a kitty again. I had it as a puppy for March because that was the... I had it as a husky on March because that was the month my husky passed away. And then I forgot to change it in April. So, here we go. It is also Cinco de Mayo, and for lunch, my school gave the teachers tacos. And I don't mean like Taco Bell tacos. I mean like actual, authentic Mexican food truck tacos. Like they literally had a food truck come park in the middle of the school, set up a food stand, and like give all the teachers food. It was nice. It was delicious. I had 6. But unfortunately, like I don't know what it is. Like something about this week has me like super exhausted. Like as soon as I got home, I was like, it's leg day. I need to work out. And instead, I passed out. And when I woke up, it was like 4:30. I'm like, shit, I gotta stream. Jesse, how are you doing? Welcome in. Jesse, yokoso, welcome. 今日は日本語授業を始まりましょう. Imagine celebrating Cinco de Mayo in Mexico. Is it even a thing? Is it like an actual thing in Mexico? And I'm not trying to sound horrible, but like, it's not. Wow. Wow. I just put mayonnaise in my sink and I'm done with it. But so let's go and let me insert table because today's lesson is probably, like I said, like Tay form is what makes or breaks Japanese 2 for many people. And it is extremely important. It's muy importante. It's muy importante. It's 大切な情報ですよ. I was supposed to do exercises too. I know we can both be bad at exercising together. Alright, so today we're gonna do... Why did it do that? So today's lesson, how to Tay form. How to Tay form. And because there's very few viewers here, 大切ですよ. はい、大切ですよ. 大切な情報です. So, we'll put today's date. So, 今日は... Ooh, it's a new month. How would we do this? What is our date? What is our date for today? Because it is a new month. 今日は2021年. That I know it's Cinco de Mayo, but I'm also going to be getting Red Lobster for dinner instead because it's Steak and Lobster Wednesday and it's cheaper. 今日は何日何曜日ですか? Nangatsu desu ka? What is the month? Nangatsu desu ka? Cinco de Mayo. 今日は何月ですか? Nangatsu desu ka? What is the month in Japanese? I can make this a little larger then. Here we go. はい、完璧です. Oh, I didn't put my update on Twitter. Let's do that now. 今日は2021年5月. How do you say that last one, by the way? Because it's not 5日. So, 5月. Yes, that's great. 5日. 5月. And then 5日. Unfortunately, I have to type Niji to get the kanji in here. So, 何曜日ですか? 今日は何曜日ですか? Nanyobi desu ka? Man, we have like 100 kanji we can use now. This is so exciting. I see. Hi, suiyobi desu. I am so glad. Suiyobi de yokatta desu. I'm so happy it's suiyobi. Because technically tomorrow is my Friday, because my real Fridays, teachers only have meetings, and I can do those meetings at home, and it's so much better than going into the building. So, はい、2021年5月5日水曜日です。And today, 今日の目標は Teiform です。We will learn how to Teiform. Now, we're going to start with Teiform by describing why do we need Teiform. So, here we go. Also, for those of you coming in, I hope you have been studying your vocabulary. 単語を勉強しなさいよ。単語を勉強した方がいいですよ. It'd be good for you. Alright, the music sounds loud. How does it sound for you guys, though? It's like literally like small in my... There you go. That's a little better for me. I'm so exhausted. Okay, so Teiform. Like I said, Teiform is very, 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 very important. Why? I don't need this to be... Yes, I do. Why must we know Teiform? Why must we know Teiform? Here is why we must know Teiform. Is it too far? Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I can do it this way. Oh, I see. Hold on. There we go. Why must... Darn this stuff? I just, like, adjusted it, and it, like, auto-adjusted for me. Why must we know Teiform? Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Let's make the window smaller. There. Okay. Why? You know what? Fine. We're gonna have to do it this way. Why must I... It's so much smaller, though. It's like, I don't understand. Like, I immediately try to type, and it's like, no. Alright, I want it to stay, like, here. Yes. Okay, so why must we... You know what? Fuck this thing. Okay, here we go. Why must we know Teiform? Alright. We use Teiform to do things like, we need it to make requests, such as, like, do this, please. In fact, you basically learn that Japanese is an extremely polite language where everything you ask is using please. Then giving and asking for permission, you need Teiform. And this is basically, you may do this, or may I do this, kind of thing. So you need Teiform in order to do these things. Stating something that is forbidden. You need Teiform for this, which is basically, you must not do something. And less of all, describing creating a sentence to describe two or more activities and events. And this is probably the most important one we need Teiform for our uses for this chapter. In order to create a sentence to describe two or more things. Now in English that's really easy. We just use and. So like, I went to the store and I bought myself some sushi. But in Japanese, you don't use and that way, you use the verb. Because remember, in Japanese, what ends a sentence? What is at the end? What goes at the end of a Japanese sentence? Yeah, the verb. The verb always ends the sentence. So we can't say like, watashi wa depato ni ikimashita to. It doesn't work that way. In fact, that to has a different meaning. That turns more into like if. So these are the reasons why we need te form. Now, so te form is very, very important. But it's also probably, when it comes to like the Japanese 1 level, this is probably the hardest thing to know. But without it, you cannot succeed at the next level. So this is, like I said, this either makes or breaks Japanese for you. For those of you that are in high school courses and are taking first year Japanese, you get this and have this at the end as for your final, and then you're like, oh no, I need my second year Japanese, but I don't know my te form. What do I do? The easy answer is you study, but still. So for this, we're going to be using a lot of vocabulary. So let's review the important vocabulary for this lesson. So I'm going to put in the vocabulary, and it's basically just going to be all the new verbs. We'll start it like this. It's basically going to be all the new verbs. Because we have a lot of verbs this chapter. Honestly, once we finish the Japanese 1 lesson, I think I'm going to enjoy a break from teaching this. Because I think I just need like a few weeks to myself and just like lie down and do nothing. So here we have the verb, the romanji, and then the meaning. I'm going to enjoy my summer break. Also, next Saturday and Sunday is Fan Fest for Final Fantasy. So there will be no extra lessons back then. It will just be like Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy. Because I'm so excited for it. I'm actually doing this, even though this is the beginning level, this is actually good practice for me too, because I am reviewing the vocabulary that some of them I have forgotten, not gonna lie. Okay. So, we're going to talk about our verbs. So, I'm going to actually just open up the vocabulary here. I'm going to put this on my next window, and I'm literally just going to type down the new words. So, let's see. Where is our vocabulary? Vocabulary. Alright, here we go. Our first one, asobu. Asobu. And this is... No, we're not going to do it in... No, I don't... There we go. Okay. This is an u verb. So I'll label these for u or ru for you guys. Asobu. And this means to play. So as I'm doing these, you can repeat them with me. Asobu. Asobu. Our next one, isogu. Isogu. And this means to hurry. Isoide. Oh, look, I used te form on that already, which means please hurry. Kayasu. Kayasu. And this means to return something. Remember, like in Naruto, Gara o kayashite. Te form again. Then we have kesu. Again, u verb. Kesu, keshimasu, keshimasen, keshimashita, keshimasen deshita. So, kesu. This is to turn off or to erase. Then we have everyone's favorite, shinu. Shinu. Which is to die. We have a lot of verbs. A lot. Then we have suwaru. Now this one ends with ru, but it's still an u verb. So suwarimasu, suwarimashita, suwarimasen, suwarimasen deshita. This means to sit. Then we have tatsu, also an u verb. tatsu, tachimasu, tachimasen, tachimashita, tachimasen deshita. This is the opposite. This is to stand. Then tabako o su. See here, this one uses the. I'm gonna use the romanji, the katakana, because that's tobacco is not a Japanese word. Tabako o su. Tabako o su. Remember for that last u, it turns to imasu. Suimasu, suimashita, suimasen, suimasen deshita. And this is to smoke, specifically tobacco. Then we have scowl, and this one's important. Scowl, we're gonna use this one a lot. This is to use. To use. Hold on, I need a breather. I don't know why that exhausted me so much right there. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I can continue. Alright, so to use. Then we have Tetsu Dao. Crafter Blaster, welcome in. Tetsu Dao. Sorry, I'm not even labeling these. This is uverb. This is uverb. Okay, yes, please wake up. This is uverb also. Tetsu Dao, this is to assist or to help. To help someone. You may recall there's another word, tasukete, or tasukeru, which is more like to help yourself, or to get help for yourself. Like, tasukete kudasai, please help me. Whereas tetsudao is more like to help someone else. Our next word, hairu. Hairu. This is u. Hairu. Also, still an uver, but ends with ru. So, hairimasu, hairimasen, harimashita, harimasen deshita. And this is to enter, like a building or like a bathtub. Hairu. Like I said, we have a lot of verbs. And there's a reason why. There's a very big reason why, and it's actually just te form. Motsu. Motsu, this is to carry. Like luggage. Nimotsu. Oh, mochimasu, mochimasen, mochimashita, mochimasen deshita. To carry. Then yasumu, also a uverb. I could use some yasumu right now. This is to rest or to take a break. And you may recognize this word yasumu because it turns to yasumimasu, yasumimasen, yasumimashita, yasumimasen deshita. So when you tell someone to go to bed, you basically are saying oyasumi, which is have a nice rest. Oyasumi nasai. Oh, you added flowers to it. That's so cute. I didn't know that was a thing. Let's see, modify a single emote. This one's my favorite though, doing this. Like my Jack Sip. I love this one. Because it's so good. Those were the days when those were always used. Our next one, akeru. 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 Again, uverb, even though it ends with ru. BRB quickly. Hi, BRB, isoide. Quick, do it quickly, hurry. I use te form again. Isoide. Anyway, akeru, to akeru, and this is to open. Like doa o akemasu. I open, wait, this is not verb, this is a ru verb. Doa o akemasu. Akemasen. to open. This is, here, we have our ru verb. And to make this a little easier to find out which one is which, let's do this. I'm gonna highlight our u verbs in green. That's definitely not the button I pressed. Let's try this again. I will highlight these in green so you can see that the difference between the two. So, akeru, to open. How long have you been a teacher for Jack? For Jack? This will be, this next school year will be my 9th year of teaching. Our next word, oshieru. Oshieru, and this is ru verb also. Oshieru. Oshieru, and this means to teach. So, how long have you been teaching? Nannen gurai oshiemasu ka, Jaku sensei? So that's basically what you were asking too. I have like all my pets in my room. So oshieru, to teach. Remember, this could also be like to instruct or to tell like a secret. Tell me, please. Our next one, oriru. Another ru verb. Oriru. And this is to get off a vehicle. Not your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's a vehicle. Our next one, kariru. Kariru. And this is also ru verb. Like, I think all of these are ru verbs now. Kariru. And this is to borrow. Like, kasa o karita kudasai. Can I borrow the umbrella? Please borrow this umbrella. So, what I meant to say is like, kasa o karite mo ii desu ka? Can I borrow the umbrella? There we go. So there you go, kariru, to borrow. And I am using the vocabulary cards to find these. Our next one, shimeru. Shimeru. Oops. Shimeru. Again, all of these ru verbs. And I'll probably change the color. Shimeru. And this is to close, like the door. We have akeru, to open the door. Then doa o shimete kudasai. Please close the door. Shimeru. Doa o shimemasu. Doa o shimemasen. I close the door. I do not close the door. Doa o shimemashita. Doa o shimemasen deshita. Mochikai! Okaeri, welcome. It's been hizashiburi desu ne, Mochikai-san. Gakkou wa dou desu ka? How is school? Mou online desu ne? It's still online, yes? Our next one, our next verb, skeru, to turn on. Skeru. This is still a ru verb. Gakko, crappy. Oh. So, sukeru. And this means, like, to turn on. So, for example, you dress really nicely and you slowly take off your jacket, so you skeru your boyfriend. No, that's the incorrect way of using it. This is for, like, electricity. To turn on, like, electricity. So, like, a light. Example, a light. Mochikai, isn't it nice to see that Sensei's humor has not changed? Our next one. This is a big. I feel like this has changed. Denwa o kakeru. We can almost write this in kanji. Denwa o kakeru. Denwa o kakeru. This can be simplified nowadays to just denwa suru. I believe that's appropriate nowadays. Like, you can easily just use denwa suru, which literally means to do the phone, which you don't do a phone. That's kind of weird. I mean, you could if you're into that, but still, why? But denwa suru. It may be easier. And this is to make a phone call. And again, still a ru verb. All of these are all ru verbs now. Don't keep shaming me, Jack. Ranomaku. All of these are ru verbs. Except for suru. Remember, suru is irregular. It has a different set of rules. Our next one is wasureru. Still ru. Wasureru. Wasureru. And this means to forget. For example, Mochikai-san, Nihongo wa wasuremashita ka? Nihongo o wasuremashita ka? Oh, 残念ですね。IT is talking, say hello, much love. Thanks for coming in, Rhinomaku. Rhinomaku? 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 I like my Japanese is saying Rhinomaku. But my English is like Rhinomaku. Or is it Rhinomaku? I'm being obnoxious now. Our next word, surete kuru. Surete kuru. Can't use that. And this is still, this is irregular. And I put IRR for irregular because it ends with kuru. And kuru turns to like, surete kimasu, surete kimasen, surete kimashita, surete kimasen deshita. Rinomachu? Machu? Oh, maku. Okay. Rinomaku. Or now, are you saying Renomaku? Or Rinomaku. Okay. Surete kuru. And remember, this is irregular. This is to bring a person. It's the flashcards say to accompany, but this is more like to bring a person. That's a flag. Thanks, Rinomaku. And then our last one is going to motte kuru. And just like before, this is irregular. Motte kuru. And this is to bring a thing. Now, all of these here are going to be our ru verbs. And there's a reason why I'm doing that. Why I'm also now highlighting all of these. We'll do these in a nice calm purple. Murasaki es kirei desu ne. I don't know why I use S for like Spanish. Murasaki wa kirei desu yo. So here are all of the new verbs from this chapter. We're going to start by talking about our ru verbs. Rules for te form. Let's start by talking about ru verbs. This is because ru verbs are easy. They are the easiest of all of them. They are the easiest to turn into te form. And I'll put this here. These are super easy to turn into te form. And here's the rule. And I'll put this in a box because it's very important. Let's center this box. Let's also make the box pretty. I'm gonna use it. I don't want red. I'm gonna use blue. Replace Rue. Again, we're replacing Rue. Poor Rue. She never. Like after the Hunger Games one, she just gets replaced over and over. So basically, replace Rue with te. So it will look like Rue. Interesting that they like Rue with te. And this is the rule for turning Rue verbs into te form. And I'm going to highlight this so you guys can find this. So let's use some of the verbs we know already. We can write this in kanji now. Taberu into te form is what? What does taberu turn into? Mochikai, if you're still in there. Hai, tabete. Tabete. And basically, on te form by itself, tabete, it's like please. So this means, instead of saying like, tabemasu, I eat, tabete is more like please eat. So sushi o tabete. Sushi o tabete. Korean barbecue o tabete. Please eat the Korean barbecue. Georgie-chan no te o tabete. Mochika, do you remember that? Georgie-chan no te o tabete. No! Alright, let's practice with one of our new ones. Akeru, to open. Akeru. Which means to open. Akeru turns into what? Akeru. Ake what? Akete. Hai. Akete. As an onyx, welcome in. So this is now akete. So if I say like doa for door, doa o akete, please open the door. Doa o akete. Presento o akete, please open the present. Now, if you wanted to eventually start scolding, like you're like akete, 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 akenasai, like you can scold eventually. Let's do another one. To borrow, please borrow. Kariru. How do we turn this to please borrow in te form? Kariru turns into what? Yes, karite. I think you guys are starting to understand. Karite. If I wanted to say kyokasho, remember, that's one of our new vocabulary words. Kyokasho, for textbook. Kyokasho wa karite. Please borrow the textbook. Actually, it may be better to use the may I permission for this. Kyokasho wa karite mo ii desu ka? May I borrow the textbook? We'll learn how to do that later. Guilty Gear Stride o karite. Please, please borrow Guilty Gear Stride. Now, if you're asking for permission, Guilty Gear Strive o karite mo ii desu ka? Can I borrow this? Now, if someone's in the bus and you're trying to, like, if you're the bus driver and you're trying to get them off the bus, you can say, Basu o karite kudasai. Please get off the bus. Basu o karite kudasai. Karinasai. Kind of thing. So easy. We replace ru with te. So I'm going to highlight all the changes here. We te, te, te. So that's basically it. Tabete kudasai. So please eat. Akete kudasai. Please open. Karite kudasai. Please borrow. What else? Ori, to get off. Orite kudasai. Please leave. Close. Shimete kudasai. Like mado, remember window. Mado o shimete kudasai. Please close the window. Mado o shimete. Any questions on te form? Now, when I was teaching te form at the high school level, koko de nihongo o oshieru toki ni watashi wa utta o tsukaimashita. I used a song to teach this to the students. Mochikai is probably like, oh god, no, not this. Please, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave the stream. So, you guys should have been able to understand what I just said, actually. Koko de, at school, at high school. Koko de nihongo o oshieru toki ni. When I was teaching during at high school. So, koko de nihongo o shieru toki ni te form no uta o tsukaimashita. I used the te form song. Now, there's a different te form song, and Kitsuneko-san knows it, and she promised to sing it to me one day. I think she did on stream, but I forget, to be honest. But I created one using a song that most of my kids were really into at that time. And it goes like this. To remember to change ru into te. Oh no. Oh no. Stop. You can see who was once one of my students. It goes ru and te do 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 do. Ru and te do 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 do. Ru and te do 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 do. Ru and te. DMC A do 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 DMC A. So that's how I had them remember this, and they would all sing it. We would sing it in class. I love it. For some reason, my Alexa has activated. One second, let me turn the Alexa on. I think Alexa added something to my shopping list, and I don't want her to. Echo, remove the shopping list.
You'd like me to check off everything on your shopping list, right?
Yes.
Done.
I don't understand how that happened. My Alexa basically added D, an M, a C, and a tomato, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I don't even use Alexa for a shopping list. What is this? All right, so That's our first one, changing our ru verbs to te form. We have ta be te do 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 ake te do 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 kari te do 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 ru and te. So how do you even pronounce that? Stop. All right. Here we go. Now the fun verbs. Verbs. Yay. I hope you guys are as excited as I am because the verbs are the hardest one to do because they change based on the last sound in the verb. So verbs, fun. Yes. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Okay. Mochikai's like, no. So let's start with this. And I'm going to create boxes for each of these because I want you to be able to find these. Insert table. So these verbs change depending on their last symbol. Alright, so here we go. Verbs ending with u, su, and the secret ru. So these are for our verbs that end with u, su, and ru. And I'll put these in red because these are annoying as hell. So verbs ending with u, su, and ru. The rule is, and I'm going to center these here. Replace final symbol, and those symbols are u, su, or even ru, with te. So basically, u, su, ru, you replace it with te. Notice that's a small tsu and a te. And this is very, very, very important. It's とても大切な情報ですよ. This is important information. この information は大切なのです. It is very important. So, for example, we don't need this bolded anymore. One. Let's try out. Actually, what do they do? Here we go. Let's try. What's one of the, here? Tatsu, to stand. Tatsu, to stand, would turn into this. Let's use au, which is we learned au from last chapter. Au, to meet, and 3. Let me see if I can find another one. We'll use suwa. Is there one that ends with u? Here. Oh, here. And scout. Actually, better. You know what? Let's use scout. Because that's our new verb. Scout. And then our last one is suwaru, which means to sit. Alright, so for our first one, tatsu, to stand, it turns into what? Jesse's already got it. Tatte. It turns into tatte. Tatte. Now, notice that there is a difference between tate and tatte. Remember, this means double that consonant. There's 2 T's here, as you can see with here. Tatte. Tatte. In fact, let me cut this. Tatte. So you're basic. I told my students, it's like you're choking on that sound. You're accenting that sound. Tatte. Tatte. What about scout? Scout turns into what? How would we use scout? Yes, scatte. Scatte. And this is one that I will use, like, enpitsu o scatte kudasai. Please use your pencil. Scatte. Controller o scatte kudasai. Please use a controller. Baka ne. Tsukatte. Nihongo o tsukatte kudasai. Please use Japanese. In fact, this is one of the new vocabulary. Mochikai may remember. I use this one a lot in class. Tsukatte, tsukatte, tsukatte. Use this, use this, use this. Do not confuse tsukatte with tsukutte, which means to make. Please make. What about suwaru? To sit. Suwaru. Yes, suwatte. That is correct. Suwatte. Suwatte, which means please sit. Suwatte. So I'm gonna highlight these changes, because we highlight them here. You like the kanji for that one? I wonder if that's the correct one. So we add that te sound here. Suwat. So we have. So how did we do this? Ooh, te do 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 do. Su te do 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 do. Ru te do 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 do. Something te. Tatsu tat. Do 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 do. Scout scatte do 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 do. Suwaru swatte do 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 do. Utsuru utsuru te. No. You should be prepared at this point. You've known me long enough that you should expect this. DMCA do 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 do. Stream goes down. Oh no. All right. So if you thought that was fun. We still have verbs that end with different sounds as well. So we're going to do a new box. Now, I did that box in red. So this time, let's do this box in a nice, beautiful orange. And for this one, we're going to do verbs that end... Actually, this one's my favorite. So, I don't know why this was my favorite, but ooh... Let me make this bold. Ooh verbs ending with... Moo, boo, or new. Moo, boo, or new. And just like before, this one's gonna have its own set of rules. Where's my centerpiece? Here it goes. So, replace final ooh, final moo, boo, or new with nde. With nde. So basically, this is what... So, moo, boo, new is replaced with nde. Now this by itself looks kind of weird, but when you put it in an actual verb, you'll understand how this makes sense. Let me put this in a new page so it's all consistent. So for our examples for this one, what's one? We have asobu. What's one with mu? Oh, yasumu. 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 For to rest. We'll have asobu to play. And then we'll use shinu. For die. Alright, what is yasumu? How would we change yasumu? Yasunde, correct. Yasunde. Yasunde, please rest. Yasunde. So you see, even though nde is weird by itself, when you actually combine it in the verb, it actually sounds good. So yasunde, please rest. What about asobu? Asobu. To play, asobu. So, asonde, yes. So, like, for number one, yasumu, to rest. Mochikai-san, yasunde kudasai, please rest. Asobu. Nintendo asonde kudasai, please play... or is it Nintendo de asonde kudasai, please play with the Nintendo. So this would be asonde. Asonde. And then what's our last one for shinu? Yes, shinde. That's the wrong kanji, by the way. Shinde. I remember my first year at teaching at my high school. Whenever a student would sneeze, I taught the kids that shinde kudasai meant bless you. And that was like at the beginning of the school year. I taught them shinde kudasai means bless you. So every time someone sneezed, everyone would say shinde kudasai. And then in May, June, when we get to the final chapter, and we get to this verb, shinu. And I use, because this is our first new verb, and I use this as the example. Shinde, it means please die. And all of the students got silent. And all of them were suddenly like, wait, you mean we've been telling each other to please die instead of bless you? And I'm like, yes. Mochi, do you remember that? It was mostly from my Japanese 1 class, but when they learned that, they were like, first of all, they were angry. Second of all, they were also very surprised that I actually held the joke up for the entire school year. Which, that was commitment on my part, guys. I was committed to this joke. That's messed up, man. I envy you being a Jack student in real life. I think I was a good teacher for Japanese. Actually, I may have been too good because, like for lunch, my classroom is literally packed with students because I created a quote-unquote a safe place. And sometimes I was like, let's watch anime, guys. And sometimes I was like, God, it's too late. Get out of here. I will say the class was fun. However, the jokes maybe you want to deflate and fold up into a box. That's fair. that is plenty fair. Man, you guys should have seen it. Like, I would give bad jokes are the best part. I almost put Caspi. Mochi Kai, did you love my vocabulary quizzes? Watashi no tango quiz wa daisuki desu ka? Did you love my vocabulary quizzes? I miss teaching high school Japanese. An example, we would have a vocabulary word, and I would always give the real answer, 2 trick answers, and then one that was obviously not the answer. Shinima-san, I did not die. So one of them, for example, one day we had the vocabulary word kangoshi. Now, kangoshi means nurse. And it was always great because I was always like, all right, you guys, study for your vocabulary quiz. You have 5 minutes. Take it seriously. And in the middle, like when we would start the quiz, I'd be like, all right, take your quiz. Everyone be quiet. You can't be talking during the quiz. Remember, be serious. And then within seconds, people would immediately start laughing because of my answers. But like, for example, kangoshi, it means nurse. A majority of my students are Filipino, by the way. So I would put, kangoshi means A, nurse. B, doctor. No, it doesn't. C, teacher. Or D, the job you strive to take to appease the needs of your Filipino family. And like some of the kids immediately would start laughing. Some of them would be like, "This is too real." And then some of them were like, "Can we select this one because it works?" But it's, and I'm like, "No, just select the correct answer." It's sad. What's our next one? Okay, sorry. Verbs. I want to cry. Do you remember that quiz? So, verbs ending with ku. Verbs ending with ku. Yes, there are more. I'll do this one in green because it's pretty. So we have a red, we have a orange, we have a green. So verbs ending with ku. So replace final ku with ite. With ite. So this is basically ku to ite. Now, here's a verb we've learned before. kaku? What was kaku? Who remembers? What was kaku? What is kaku? I'll give you a hint. You use a pencil to kaku. Nihongo de kai kakimasu. I almost gave the answer for the Tay form. It is to write. That is correct. Kaku. Replace final ku with what? Kaku in Tay form is what? How do you write kaku into Tay form? Kaku. Remember, I replace with correct. Kaite. So kaku turns to kaite. Kaite. Did they give us another ku verb here? Let's see. And mu tsu ru u tsu ru munu su. No. Oh, but we have isogu. We can't do that one. Now, exception. There is an exception. And this is where I teach you guys. Iku, to go. We learned the kanji to this, I believe. Yes, we did. Iku is secretly an irregular verb. Dun, dun, dun. Iku does not follow this rule. Oh, hey, this is Nate Saktaki. Welcome in. Iku is secretly an irregular verb. It does not follow this rule. Iku. Iku copies u, ru, and su rule, which is replace final ku with te. So this is very important. Iku is its own independent verb. It don't need no rules. Actually, that's a lie. It has its own. It's following this rule. So I'm gonna highlight this in red. Itte kudasai. That is correct. So iku. Iku turns into itte. Itte. And that's actually very important to know because, so Taku, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Tiger's Den. So again, replace final ku with te in this sense. So if you're saying like go to the store, like go to the supermarket, supa ni itte kudasai. Please go to the supermarket. It's not gonna be itte, which is kind of weird. But we do know this one. Do you guys remember kiku? What is kiku? What is kiku in Japanese? Kiku no imi wa nan desu ka? Kiku wa nan? Yes, to listen. So kiku, what is the rule for kiku? How do we turn kiku into te form? Kiku to te form. Kiku. Go ahead and type it in chat. Yes, kite. And that sounds kind of weird because you're extending that e sound, but kiite. Kite. 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 So this is an example. It's going to be kite. Do not say kite. Don't use the double T, like kite. That means please cut. So Nihongo kite kudasai, please cut Japanese language. No, Nihongo kite kudasai, please listen to Japanese. Yes, and different kanji. Kite versus kite. And even then, kite without the middle would mean like please come this way or something. Kite. Now, this one has another rule that is very similar. I'm going to get rid of my highlight. So insert table. Yes, there's more. We'll do this one. We're going to do this one in green also because this is very similar to the last rule. And this is oo verbs ending with gu. This is very, just like with ku, this is ite. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. And this is for mochikai. So the rule, ku, ite. kuite, do 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 do, kuite, do 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 do, kuite, do 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 do, kuite. There you go. No! I like that whiskey dingo emo. Alright, so for goo, replace final goo with ide. So it's very similar to this, except for te, you add the dicritical mark, the quotation mark, and change it from te to de. So basically, this is goo. Wait, no, I don't want the kanji. Goo turns into ide. So one we have is isogu. This is one of our new ones. Isogu means to hurry. We also have oyogu. I think we learned oyogu last chapter. Oyogu means to swim. Do we have another one that ends with gu? Isogu. No, I don't think we have any other verb that ends with gu. I can't even think of another one. Alright, anyway, isogu, to hurry, turns into what? Isogu turns into... How do we change this to teifor? Yes, isoide. This is used a lot in, like, anime. And even in video games. Isoide! Please hurry. Hurry up! Hurry up! Isoide! Like, hannin ga kuru. The criminal's coming. Isoide! Hurry! Keisatsu ga kuru. Isoide! The police are coming. Hurry! Isoide! Isoide! And then our next one, to swim. Oyogu. How do we change oyogu into teifor? Oyogu. Monster ga kuru. Isoide! Oyogu, to swim. Dream-san wa osoide. Hurry up, Dream-san, hurry up. Yes, oyoide, please swim. Oyoide. So, now I told you guys the one for may I do this, like permission, like, oyoide mo ii desu ka? May I swim? But like, oyoide wa ikemasen. You don't have permission to do that. Or, we don't know that one. Oyoide wa ikemasen. So, acid ni oyoide wa ikemasen. You do not have permission to swim in acid, kind of thing. And then, fortunately, guys, we have one more. Our last one. So, aren't oo verbs fun, guys? Do you love oo verbs and their extra oo rules? And for this one, I will choose murasaki. Murasaki wa kirei na iro desu. It looks kind of pink to me now, but anyway. So, for this one, oo verbs. Ending with... Yeah, super fun. They are oo-woo. Anyway, ending with su. And I think this... Yeah, I think this is our last one. Actually, no, there's one more after this. I'm sorry. It's good for remembering. It is. Replace final su with shite. Please say, this is in Japanese, it says shite, not shite. This is not German. Shite, not shite, or shit, or shit-y. This is shite. So, su with shite. And if you're wondering if I actually said that in class, yes, I did. I had that relationship with my students. I like, remember, this is shite, not shite or shit or shitty. So, shit. So we have, let's start with one we've learned, hanasu, which means to speak. Hanasu. We also learned kaesu, which is one of our new words. It means to return. Do we have another one with su? Kaesu? Kesu, there we go, kesu. To erase. Kesu, or to turn off. Sartaki, do you upload your lessons anywhere? Yes, I do. In fact, let's finish this and then I will do my little, let's finish this one and then I'll give an explanation, I will answer that question. Alright, so Hanasu. How do we change Hanasu to Te form? Hanasu. Hanasu turns into what? I'm using my deep teacher voice now. My deep tiger sensei voice. Hanasu turns into what in Te form? Hai. Kore wa tadashii desu. That is correct. Hanashite. So hanasu to hanashite. Please speak. And I would use that in class sometimes. Nihongo de hanashite kudasai. Please speak in Japanese. What about kaesu, to return? Kaesu. And I kind of use this as an example using Gaara from Naruto. Kaesu, to return. Hai, kaeshite. Please return. Kyokosho wo kaeshite kudasai. Please return my book. Guilty Gear o kaeshite kudasai. Please return Guilty Gear. And our last one, kesu, to erase or to turn off. Kesu. How do we change kesu into Te form? Keshite. That is correct. Keshite. Like, I would use this to say clean, like the whiteboard. Hakuban no keshite kudasai. Please erase the whiteboard. Hakuban? 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 I think it's Hakuban. It's kind of weird because now I'm using my normal voice. I'm like, is this my normal voice now? So, keshite kudasai. Oops. Keshite. Keshite. There we go. Alright, so, and I promised, Sartaki, I would give an example. So what I'm going to do, for those of you that are new and would like to follow along with the Japanese lessons, I'm going to do exclamation point Discord. And there will be an invite to my personal Discord server. Now, first of all, it is my personal Discord server, and the first thing that you will get are the rules. In order to enter the server, you must agree to the rules, which are actually very simple. So, like, once you agree, react here with Jack Love. And on the left, you should see Role Selector. In fact, all the channels except for Japanese should open. In Role Selector, if you'd like access to Japanese lessons, select Jack Sip, which is right here. And here, you'll see my Japanese resources. Currently, we are in Japanese 1. If you click the Japanese 1 resources, you'll see the notes for Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are currently working on Chapter 6. If you'd like to see the previous lessons, I do have a YouTube playlist here at the top. If you click on that, you'll see lessons session 1 all the way up to session 22. I promise to update this and add sessions 23, 24, and 25 very soon. So we've gone through a lot. I'm actually amazed that we've gone through 26 sessions of Japanese lessons. What was this? Ooh? Uh-oh, Jesse, what is this clip? Let's see. And moo to ru to ru manu su. No. Oh. But we have a sogu. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Thank you for that. I mean, kono koto wa arigato. Just a heads up, Sartaki. I will be taking the month of... once we finish Chapter 6, which after Te form is going to be pretty short, I will be taking a maybe 2-3 week break of lessons before I even attempt to do the Japanese 2 stuff. Do itashimashite. Because I want to enjoy some of my summer, and technically... I need to finish my own English school stuff. And so that I can be more focused on this. I kind of want to do the 3 lessons a week, but because of school, I've been and rating, not gonna lie, I've been reduced down to 2 lessons. So I like normally would try to do one on Friday also, but probably not. So the next lesson will be next Monday. Sayonara, Sensei. I must go take care of some stuff on my to-do list. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone. Sayonara, mochikai. Hizashiburi deshita ne. It's been a while. Come here. Yes, we are. I am using Genki. I prefer the Genki book. I actually like how Genki works. Like, in high school, they're like, use the Adventures in Japanese book. And I'm looking through the book, and I'm like, no. It didn't help that my school was using the 2002 version of the book, and Japanese 1 would have learned absolutely no kanji at all. Like, they did learn kanji, but it was like ichi, ni, san, chi, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyuji. They only learned like 10 kanji, and I'm like, that's stupid. And they eventually fixed this with the new edition. Because they basically said, like, yes, our books are not teaching kids how to pass the AP Japanese exam. Because it's literally not teaching kanji. So, I definitely need to repeat some stuff from Genki. I love the Genki book. Genki actually has a new edition now, edition 3. Recta Fayoti, welcome in. What color? Let's use this teal. That looks like shit, but we're gonna use this anyway. So here's our final one, and these are irregular verbs. Irregular verbs in te form. It sounds like English textbooks that only teach the verb to be. Oh, yes. It's just like Spanish textbooks that only teach like estar and ser, and that's it. Like, I only remember like what's the complicated, like, from my high school Spanish class, all I remember is a mí me no gusta la playa. Te gusta chips. No te gusta chips. I don't remember anything else, to be honest. All I remember is that my teacher was kind of crazy. I can't speak French, by the way, so I apologize if this is offensive, but I'm purposefully going to butcher this. J'aime appeler baguette. I know that's not how you say that. Je m'appelle baguette? No. My name is baguette. Je m'appelle? Is it je m'appelle? Gem, apple. Appley baguette. I'm so bad. The second version was good. Like, the only French I know is Persona Chapemonaga. And I only know that because of Overwatch. So, I'm not gonna lie. I'm an apple bread. Gem apple baguette. I'm not French, but that hurt me. Like, seriously, that's all this French... Oh, I lied. There is a Spanish phrase I know. Apagando las luces. Again, another Overwatch phrase that I've learned. Anyway, our verbs that are irregular verbs. This is for suru. This will turn to shite, just like before. And kuru will turn into kite. So these are our irregular verbs. Turning off the lights. Now, please pay attention, and this part's very important. There is a major difference between stem form and te form. Stem form is what we use to make mas or masen verbs. So, for example, tabe mas, the stem is tabe. Whereas, like, kiki mas, for kiku, the stem is actually going to be kiki. This is different. This is still different. We will be going back to using the stem form again later on in Japanese too. So kikimasu is different from kiite. The stem and te form are different. For now, you just need to know that they're different. And that when you are making a sentence, you use the stem form first, but when you're using te form, you're using te form. Think of this as like in Final Fantasy 12, it's like paradigm shift. Use stem form or use te form. Stem form can sometimes be called like base form or something, but for now we're going to call it stem form. And that's actually going to be it for today's lesson. We will be doing more practice with te form, but let me go on and review these again. So here we go. Remember, our rule for ru verbs. Ru verbs are easy. You just replace that final ru with te. So ru and te do 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 do. Ru and te do 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 do. Ru and te do 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 do. Ru and te. Okay. And now the hard stuff is when we start talking about the oo verbs. So oo, de do 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 do, su, de do 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 do, ru, de do 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 do, oo, de, kind of thing. So for example, tatsu to tatte, suwat, skatte, and suwatte. And I am over exaggerating that de sound so that you guys can hear that. So if I said like Nihongo wo tsukatte kudasai, notice that there is that pause between, instead of saying skatte, it's skatte. There is that small pause / choke in the middle. Skatte. Here, oo verbs ending with mu, bu, and nu. Mu, de, do, 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 do. I forgot to highlight. Do, 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 do. So, mu, de, do, 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 do. Bu, de, do, 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 do. Nu, de, do, 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 do. Mu, de. I should highlight these. So for these, we have our verbs. Yasumu, yasunde. Yasunde. We have asobu, asonde. Asonde. And then shinu, shinde. Shinde. Is that a banana? It is a banana. Our next one, ku, ite, do, 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 ku, ite, do, 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 ku, ite, do, 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 ku, ite. So, kaku, to write. Kaku turns to kaite. Kaite. And kiku, to listen. Kite. Kite. Except for iku. Iku is special, and it's secretly an irregular verb. You thought it was a ku verb, but it was secretly not. Anyway, ku follows the rule for like u, ru, and su. So instead of iite, it turns to ite. Ite. So for like kai, ite, do, 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 ki, do, 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 do. Except for iku, it's ite. Kind of thing. Ite, ite. Our next one, gu, i, de, do, 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 gu, i, de, do, 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 do. I'm gonna get DMCA, just watch. I'm using it for an educational purpose, though. It was me, an irregular verb all along. Anyway, isogu to isoide, and oyogu to oyoide. And then, of course, we have su. So, su, shi, de, do, 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 su, shi, de, do, 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 su, shi, de, do, 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 su, shi, de. I kind of suddenly want sushi. De. So, hanasu, to speak. Hanashite. Kaesu, to return. Kaeshite. Gara o kaeshite. Gara o kaeshite. Please give back Gara. To return or to give back. I think that makes more sense. Give back. Return him to me. And then kesu, to keshite. Kesu o keshite. Oh, I like this one. Like, I could pretend like, you know, in Hocus Pocus, like, Winifred, she's always like, ho no keshite. Give me back my book. How would that be in Japanese? Because you know how she's like, boo. It's going to be, ho or something like that. I never thought about that until now. I'm so messed up. And then of course we have our irregular verbs. Suru to shite. Suru to shite and kuru to kite. Now these especially, like benkyou suru, to study, benkyou shite kudasai. And then kuru, like to come. Here, for like surete kuru, to bring a person. So tomodachi to surete kite. Please bring a friend. Or, Coca-Cola motte kite kudasai. Please bring soda or Coca-Cola. Bepis o motte kite kudasai. Please bring Bepis instead of Pepsi. Any questions on te form? Because this will take a lot of practice. In fact, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the verbs. In fact, I'm going to copy the romanji. Actually, no. I'm going to copy... I'll do it this way. Because I'm not sure how many people know how to do hiragana yet. If you go into Discord and go to Japanese 1 practice. Here we go. I haven't put anything here. So conjugate these u verbs into te form. So conjugate into te form. And then we have these. And... let me go on and do... I'm being lazy while I'm doing this. And then these verbs. I'm going to add these two. And put them in the Discord. So that you guys can get some practice. So... conjugate these ru verbs into te form. Alright, so there's practice in there, and for those of you that are new, like Sartaki, you can see, like, for some of these, people have actually hidden their answers, and if you know how to do the hiding, then that's really good too. This looks like a lot of work, but honestly, it's really important that you practice this. Like, even the textbook has 15 questions for you to do. So, like, is this 15? This is definitely more than 15. So try to conjugate these into te form for practice. And you guys have the whole week until the next lesson, which probably will be on Monday. So thank you guys for coming in. This is actually going to be the end of the lesson for today. We will, our next lesson, to give you guys a heads up, is going to be... oh, let's insert a table. So that you guys don't have a heads up. I think we'll probably do a lot on the next lesson. So using te form to... I think it's to make request. You may show from time to time, just go over the old material. Please do. It would be nice to have more people come in. But when I start doing the Japanese 2 stuff, that's actually, especially if I have enough of a following and people want to continue with like Japanese 3, that's an area where I definitely need more support. So it'll be good for me personally to review for late Japanese 2 and into Japanese 3. But next lesson, using te form to make requests. Or, sorry, make polite request and to give or ask for permission. So these will be the 2 things we work on for next class. Japanese 3 is Genki 2. And honestly, my Genki 2 is a little sketchy. Because I've only been teaching elementary Japanese. I haven't, like... I could not do advanced Japanese because the teacher prior to me did not prepare my students for it. In fact, I did a diagnostic test, and they were still at the beginning level, and I'm like, what the McFuck is this? Wasn't super paying attention in class. Like, for me, it wasn't that I wasn't paying attention. It's just like I haven't used it in so long because I'm always teaching Japanese 1 or Japanese 2. I used to be so good. I used to know like 500-600 kanji. Now I'm just like down to like 300. But yes, this will be our lesson for next week. We're going to be using te form to make polite requests. This is really easy. Just add kudasai. Like, tabete kudasai, please eat. Sushi o tabete kudasai. Which bites me in the ass, to be honest, while I have to actually translate primary sources. Oh man, oh no. Eventually I'd like to, I want to take the JLPT2, and that's actually my goal. In fact, you know what, I may not do that break then. Because I need that practice. JLPT2 is very, very... とても難しいです。難しそうです。It seems very difficult. Alright, let's go see who can we raid out to next. I wonder if Kitsuneko-san is available now. So let's find out. Let's see, who are we going to raid to? I don't think she's streaming just yet. And I feel like I've raid out to Rick a little too much, so I don't see Fox is on either. I wonder if she will be streaming tonight. Let me move this over here. Otherwise, I'll just send you guys some more furry friends that are playing Mario Party or something. Pretty sure I'm far from this. Yeah, JLPT2. Like for me, JLPT2 is a professional goal. If you pass the JLPT2, you basically can work in businesses. Well, you can work in Japan and survive, kind of thing. And I'm kind of still aiming for that. In fact, maybe, like, if I pass the JLPT2, I could be one of those roles in the JET program. In fact, I think I'm gonna try to apply the JET this year. Let's see if I can get it. You want to go into translation? Just be aware that JLPT1 is extremely difficult. Even native Japanese speakers struggle with a JLPT1. It is a really big struggle. And most of it's just like extra vocabulary, but you're also insane. If you don't mind me asking, like, Sataki-san, nansei, ikutsu desu ka? もう、大学にいますか? Yes, 5 to 1. Are you still in college? That's my question. Like, yeah, listening for me is still difficult. Like, I'm still trying to improve on my listening. I don't know who to rate out to, guys. I guess we're going to be going to... Let's see, Rick has only a few people. Yeah, we are gonna... Oh my god, my dog scared the shit out of me. Okay, so they're playing Mario Party. Hi, daigaku ni imasu. I know, my dog scared me. Alright, so we're going to rate out to Rick the Husky. They're playing Mario Party. Let's see. What should our raid message be then? Super Mario Party. Our raid message is going to be... you know what? I don't know which Mario Party it is. It looks like it's... It just says Super Mario Party. So our raid message is going to be this. Very simple message. It's a party. It's a party. And we're going to raid out to Rick. So thank you guys for coming in. Next lesson will be next Monday. I hope to see you guys there. And if you would like to review with us, you're free to join in on the Discord and catch up. Thank you guys again. I'll see everybody later.
Why is my mute not working?